Men of Reddit, what myth about men is 100% untrue and infuriates you when you hear it? Erections mean we want sex. Even as adults, they can still be random. Not even random. Studies have been done, and even when a man is absolutely terrified, stimulation on the penis can cause an erection. Never heard of a fear boner before? The proper term is phaerection, or lack of erection, meaning we don't. There's nothing more demoralizing than that. And then you start to worry that it will happen. And then you seem to feel it happening. So you worry even more. And then it actually starts going down. Now you can't think of anything else and you are willing it to go up. And the night is ruined. You're cheating on me, aren't you? Yeah. Nothing makes me harder than knowing I'll be accused of cheating if I can't pop a boner on command. That we miss signs that women give them because they are stupid. We see them, but we don't want to be creepy / jump to conclusions. Edit. Or we are not interested. This 1000x over. I used to pick up on signals and not act on them for 2 reasons. 1. Low self-esteem. 2. I was terrified of taking something the wrong way and getting trapped in a situation where the girl would actually not have been flirting. There's any number of bad outcomes if a girl does something you think is flirting. For one, obviously, she could call you a creep for coming on too strong since you already thought she liked you. For another, maybe you just don't want that one last blow dealt to your self-confidence. It's a tricky situation. One woman's invitation is another woman's I'm just being nice is another woman's courtesy because I don't actually like you is another woman's frick me now. It's genuinely infuriating how many people have an anathema about direct communication. So, what are you hoping to get out of seeing me? Fun, hang out, have sex if you're up for it. Turns a fair number of people off, but it does definitely make crap clear that men find it normal to cheat and brag about it. Get too close to a child and you are automatically branded a pedophile. I work as low-tier manager in toy store, and even though I have company t-shirt and name tag, people still ask me if I work there. People still look at me weird when I am going around the store doing whatever. It's sometimes hard to ignore. I just hope people will understand that working at my dream job doesn't mean I want to do stuff to their kids. It hurts sometimes. I used to eat my lunch at a local lake that has a park next to it. I would park facing the lake with the park behind me. I just sat in my car, listened to podcasts and ate my lunch. One day a lady called the cops on me for being suspicious. Said she was afraid for her children's safety. Luckily the cop was cool and told the lady I was free to eat there since it was a public place. But I didn't really want to risk getting a not cool cop in the future. So goodbye calming lake. Hello depressing parking lot. Edit. I appreciate the support. I'm going to go ahead and start going again. I shouldn't really have let one incident over several years of eating there deter me, but it just made me really anxious. Men can't be abused by women, or that men can get assaulted / harassed by other men. I've had some very pushy gay men approach me, one going as far as trying to touch my ass and dick inside my underwear after I said like 3 times that I'm straight and not interested. Luckily the women I was out with immediately chastised that guy, but TBH guys laugh at me when I tell that story and talk about how badly they would have beaten him up. Women who I've told always reacted shocked and emphatic. I was roofied at a gay bar a few months ago. Nothing happened, but I'm pretty certain it was only because I left the bar and somebody found me out on the sidewalk outside the bar unable to move or do anything really and called my friend to pick me up using my phone. I really hate how fruity drinks are associated with women. Like damn, can I just enjoy my strawberry daiquiri? I always order fruity frozen drinks and my wife always orders beers. Half the time, the waiter gives me the beer instead. Nobody scoffs when a dude's got a kick-ass Slurpee, but as soon as you add some rum it's a girl's drink. Frick off. No, I am not going to a strip club. No, that doesn't mean I'm gay. See also, Hooters. That place freaking sucks, and the last 2 times I was dragged there I had beer spilled on me by the wait staff because they hire based on flirting instead of the ability to actually serve freaking food. Men just wait around for a woman to inform them that they are now dating. I'm not trying to claim that women come up to me in bars especially often, but on the rare times they do, there is a definite sense of, I am under no obligation to actually attract you as a mate. I exist and am female, and therefore by default you want to date me. Once, When I tried to politely decline, the woman chastised me in the bar for 5 minutes, demanding to know what my excuse was, what reason I could give her. She simply assumed that the default was that I, as a man, want to date any woman, and that I have to justify not being attracted to a specific one. Had a woman approach me in a bar the other night, and about a minute into conversation I let her know very matter of fact that I needed to be somewhere, so I wasn't hanging around. She just stopped and said, "You don't fancy me?" I said, "Sorry, I've got to go." Crosses my mind now just how confused she looked. I once had a woman follow me home to find out where I lived in and let herself in uninvited while screaming that no one was allowed to turn her down. Not flattering. That we are not afraid of walking alone through a dark car park at night, after a great deal of asking everyone from police, to self-defense instructors, to a green beret and a bunch of combat vets, to the most cracked out gun nuts. Not met a single person who had no fear, because having fear is healthy. If you aren't afraid of anything, you're just a freaking idiot with no real world experience. What distinguishes the people you mentioned is their ability to overcome fear and function decisively when they need to. If you expose us to radiation, we gain superpowers. In reality, this has only happened a few times and most men would just die. Just because I have a dick and you have a vagina doesn't mean I'm trying to get in your pants. I want friends just like anyone else. But when I try to talk to people like my guy friends, they assume I'm trying to date them. I just like asking my friends how they were because I hate people who only talk to you when they want something. So I talk to everyone as a show of you are my friend, not the services you offer. Just because I have a dick and you have a vagina doesn't mean I'm trying to get in your pants. I was at a festival recently and offered a chick some water since it was hot AF out. Her friend stormed up to me and screeched she has a boyfriend. Without saying a word, I turned, looked at her and pointed to the 3 different rainbow objects on my body, then to my husband standing next to me. She looked like oh fudge. A few minutes later, the girl I offered water to came up and apologized to me over it. That was the first time I had ever even remotely experienced something like that. But your statement is so true. Somehow, me offering water to someone when it's like 90 outside means I want to frick them. If a woman physically assaults a man, he somehow must have done something to deserve it. This gets even worse in those cases where male victims of domestic abuse are getting arrested in case the police gets called, even though they are the victims and not the attacker. I called the cops once on an abusive ex who had threatened to kill herself as a way to manipulate me to stay with her. When they arrived, they treated me like I was a criminal. My ex used to use this all the time. She went to law school to be a defense attorney. The worst offense of this, when I broke up with her and told her to move out of my house, and way before meeting her, she refused. I applied for an eviction. She told me if I ever went through the eviction, she would just call the police and tell them I abused/raped her, so I would go to jail and she would use my house for free. Showing emotion is a weakness. It isn't. We have just as many emotions as women, and our emotions are just as valid. I am not a male myself, but I hope it is okay for me to comment. It really annoys me when people say that men cannot be raped because if they got a hard on they must have wanted it. Crap like that causes men to not report rapes and makes them feel crap about themselves. Anyone can be raped, no matter age, sex, or if the rapist is married to them. No means no. It is as simple as that. He was hard, so it wasn't rape, is easily matched with she was wet, so it wasn't rape. Too many people have a serious lack of understanding for how the human body works. Real men don't have emotions. Yeah, go to hell. Me having big feet only means that I wear big shoes. And seriously, what makes girls think they can just come up to you and ask about it? That dads are dopey morons barely capable of caring for themselves, let alone their kids. My girlfriend of almost 9 years made a joke like this in front of her friends after we started living together. The first time I let it slide, because I wasn't sure what she meant. I asked in private, and she didn't know. She just said it. The second time I stopped and said, "Who's the one that goes grocery shopping for healthy meal preps that you end up wasting? Who does 90% of the cooking? When was the last time you cleaned the counter, let alone the toilet?" She's never brought it up since. I've met dudes that complain about this, but then use it as an excuse to be lazy. If I did that, we'd be living in filth. and I just don't have that in me. Been married for years. My wife complained I didn't do enough. I told her I did plenty. She insisted. A parley was struck. For 2 weeks I did nothing. This was easy since I'm home and awake, maybe 4 hours a day. By the end of it, the sink was overflowing. The trash was piled high. The floors were disgusting. The laundry was backed up. And all the other fix-it tasks were completely fricked. She hasn't said a word since. My trick: clean up as you go. If you're the last to use it up or fill it up, then take care of it. Years of taking care of a woodshop translates well to housekeeping. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Just get over it. Frick you. I like that fish, even if it was kinda mean and cruel. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon through the link in the description. If the video slapped, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for videos every single day. See you tomorrow.